So if you run a field service business, there's a high chance that all your work is scattered across various tools. Your team is using different apps to manage their scheduling, dispatch, invoicing, routing, etc. And FieldCamp's goal is to unify everything into one platform and help you automate on top of it. So while this sounds very easy to explain, there are a ton of features in the system which can make it overwhelming. So I made this quick flowchart which helps explain everything that FieldCamp has to offer from a top bird's eye view. So of course there is a CRM from which you do job scheduling for teams of like technicians, technician pro, etc. Then inside jobs you add all the products and services that you are going to add. Then you prepare estimates and invoices. Then there is an online booking request module for which you do workflow automation to send out notifications and stuff. Then you analyze the data, and then of course there is the mobile app for your technicians to manage their day-to-day. Now when you first log into FieldCamp, by the way, this is a new FieldCamp account as well. There's not much data present over here, which makes it easier for me to understand even if you are starting into a new account. So the first thing is to understand the sidebar. Sidebar has few groupings. So what I mean by that is workspace is mainly the core functionalities that you need on a day-to-day basis if you're an admin or a dispatcher, which means there is a CRM, job scheduling, request management, which is like your sales pipeline. Then there is calendars and live tracking if you have added that. So these are the 5 core features which you're going to use on your day-to-day. And then growth is mainly anything that helps your business grow, which can be in financial terms or which can be in analytics terms. So grow, which is the module, it involves invoices and estimates into one module. Now we get a ton of customers who ask us, hey guys, why didn't you add estimates and invoices as a separate module? Now one of the core reasons for that is both of them are highly connected to each other. You can convert an estimate into an invoice. And then secondly, we want to make it more modern, minimalistic, etc. So grouping them in under a one tab made it possible for us. And then operations is where you are going to be managing your inventory, price books, product services, etc. These are the things that you don't need to daily on a daily basis, but maybe you update it on a weekly or a monthly basis. Once you understand the sidebar, then the best place to get started inside FieldCamp is the clients. Now clients is where everything happens and for who everything happens. So when I say that, job scheduling, request management, invoicing, estimating, everything inside FieldCamp happens for the clients, which is like a CRM for your business. Now there are a few things which you will see on the screen. The first thing to note is that anytime you open a new screen inside FieldCamp, you will see this button called as Learn, where you can find these 3 resources which we regularly maintain as we release more features, which is adding a new client, importing your existing clients, or organizing things. Now if you come to this screen, the first question will be, when you have large amounts of data, how do you organize it? So the best one word to describe what I just said is organize. Organize, you can think of it as customizing the view of what you are seeing in the table however that you want. And there are multiple options to organize your data. One is filters, so you can add multiple filters, and then these filters will narrow down your data. Sort, so you can sort a column in ascending or descending order. Group by is mainly you can group things together, for example group things by city, state, country, property type, etc. And you can add custom properties as well. I will show you how. Columns is mainly what you want to see in the table, so you can reduce the information or increase the information. Pagination is mainly if you are a minimalistic freak like me, who is like, hey, per page I only want to see 10 records or 20 records or 30 records, then that is an option. Or you want to just use the infinite scrolling, then that is also an option. And properties is where you add custom properties inside your CRM. So when you add a new client, you can track these things inside them. Another important thing is adding a new client. This is just done simply through the button where you can come in, you can enter their basic details like name, email, phone, etc. And when you are getting started into FieldCamp, one of the first and the easiest steps is adding 3 or 4 clients like I just did and selecting their stage either as a new lead or an active client. The stage helps narrow your sales pipeline down from new lead to active client. And then there are a few other things. For example, you can add multiple addresses to the client profile. So you can just select add address and what type of address it is. It's primary, building, business, etc. And then these are the custom properties which I've added for this painting business. So what type of property is it, if it's residential or commercial, and then what type of surface that this house has. Once you create a client, over here you will see a few more options. First of all being views. Now you are like, hey, I don't like the simple Excel view. What I want to narrow things down, group them, and then ultimately create a view out of it. So what you can do is you can ultimately add a group by filter, and you can say that group by, for example, city. That's one of the things that you can do. Or you can say filter by XYZ thing. And once you do the group by and the filter and you apply it, there is one more option which is a small arrow which will show you save as a new view. Once you press that, which means that anytime you organized your data into various smaller chunks, you can create views out of it, and this views will make it very easy for you to access it, and you don't have to organize things again and again. So that is what the views filter is for. So when you create a new view, it will just load up over here. And one of the interesting features inside FieldCamp is, in case you want to just completely remove this client's default view which we give you and add a custom view by organizing information together, then you can just go to my views, then remove the client's pin, and then the custom view will show up over here which you can pin. So that will make it easy for you to access it again and again. Now the other part is job scheduling. So before scheduling the jobs, one important step is, after you add the clients, if you're a new customer inside a FieldCamp, is to head to the products and service module, where you will see all your products and service which you offer. You can add them, remove them, manage them, etc. It's pretty much the same things what I showed you in the client screen, where you have the views, organize, learn buttons, etc. But the product and service module is grouped into 3 things. One is a product and service. You can easily add them by pressing the add button and choosing what type of product or a service it is. The second option is price bundles. Now you can group various product and services together and then price it differently at a discounted price. So price bundles is mainly when you're offering certain packages, product packages, service packages, etc. You can group them together. And then the third one is categories. You can categorize your information about product services into more digestible format. Now you can think of categories as price book. So mainly you add a new category, and this can be anything like outdoor painting, for example, and then any products or service that are relevant to outdoor painting. When you add a product service, you can choose that category inside of that. Then once the products and service have been added, what you can do is you can go over to the jobs module, where you have the capability of adding and managing your jobs for the clients that you have added and the products and services you offer. So when you come to the job screen, what we have done is, if you have a quick look, at first glance everything will look the same as the clients and products and service screen. Our goal is to keep things consistent screen over screen, and there is basic functionality, of course, which is views, organize, learn buttons, etc. Adding a new job can be as easy or as complex as you want. So you can choose a client for which the job is for. Now you can say it's for this client, And then there are multiple things which shows up over here, like when do you want to schedule the job. If it's a one-off job or a recurring job, you can create a custom recurring job maintenance schedule if that is what you prefer. There are features like automatic invoice generation, letting AI help you with the scheduling, so using our AI suggestions, assigning it to the team members. Then what products or services from the price book are relevant for this job, and then you can add any instructions, job checklist, attachments, etc. So there are a ton of options for creating a job, and we will do a deep dive in the job creation specific video. But when you create a job, it's pretty intuitive step-by-step process which you can follow. Once the job has been created, you can head over to calendar, and inside calendar you will see a few different views. The best one or the most easiest one is the default calendar view, which is like a Google Calendar with day, week and month options. Then there is the resource and the timeline calendar. Resource calendar is just like your dispatcher's calendar, where you can drag and drop things, create new jobs, etc. So those functionalities are there. What you can do is, when you are getting started with FieldCamp, the sequence I showed you in, which is going through the clients, adding your products and services, then creating a job, and then ultimately coming into the calendar where you can play around multiple views that FieldCamp has to offer. And then after operating for, let's say, 1 week, you will realize that, hey, this view works out best for this scenario, or the calendar view works out best for admins who want to have a quick look into the operations. So now the basics of scheduling and dispatching are done. What I'm going to walk you through is the estimates and invoice creation. So inside Grow, there are two tabs. One is estimates and one is invoices. Inside both of them, overall structure is pretty much same. So there is views, organize, learn functionality, but you will see three different options. One is a table view, one is a Kanban view. So you can see for various stages, for example, estimates, which estimates are to be approved, which are pending, etc. And then analytics for each of them. Once you say that, hey, I want to create a new estimate, then the creating an estimate process is similar to job creation, where you choose the client, document template, line items, contract, terms, conditions, notes, etc., deposit, and then ultimately save it. So the estimate creation process and invoice creation process are pretty much straightforward. And of course you can try go around, play around with it. And then once an estimate is prepared, when you open it, you will just see a screen like this, where you will see the signatures and everything that has been done, and you can send it to the customers directly from here, and then do actions like approval, rejection on top of it. Now once this is said, this covers the entire basic workflow that if you are a new user into FieldCamp getting started, if you do these 5 things, then basically you are almost 40% on your way to learn FieldCamp and get started with it. So just to repeat myself, you add a client, you create a job, then there is a product and service price book module which you can regularly maintain, update, etc. And then you invoice or estimate the customer, which covers the basic workflow for your business to get started on FieldCamp. Now, of course, there are a ton of other features which we'll go through in other videos, but feel free to reach out to our support if you need any help, and we are always happy to help. Thank you.